Well, there's nothing better than a mail call you weren't expecting. And recently the doorbell rang, I threw open the door, and there was a package from Kershaw that I didn't even know was coming. And inside the package was their newest version of the Kershaw Dividend in this compound blade layout with CPM-D2 steel lower edge, and then the back spine being N690. And so in this video, I'm just gonna give us a quick rundown on this newest rendition and just discuss briefly with you why I feel like the Kershaw Dividend is one of my favorite Kershaw EDC blades. Well, that's right, folks. Welcome back to another video here at Gideonstactical. I'm Aaron. And again, it's fun to have just kind of an uninspected thing. If you're new to the channel, this blade is nothing new to us here. I've reviewed, I think, 3 or 4 different versions at this point of the Kershaw Dividend. We looked at the original 420 high carbon versions in aluminum and glass reinforced nylon handles. And then we also did one in S35VN from House of Blades exclusive. We've done that in the past. And so now this is just the most recent rendition. And so this is nothing new. And I said in all those other videos, this is one of my favorite EDC knives just in general, but particularly from Kershaw as of late. And I actually prefer it over one of their older models that really kind of dominated the everyday carry scene for a while, the Kershaw Leak. I just never really connected with that knife. This, I believe, has really usurped its place as a light duty, very carryable EDC knife. So I'll just run down real fast with you what this version has that maybe some of the other versions you won't see. The first obviously being that compound blade there in CPM-D2 steel. I love D2, I've never had any issues with it. And I love that compound, like robotic sharks, robot teeth maybe look that you get there. And then that N690 back piece right there, just give it some more rigidity on the back spine there. They've done compound blades like this in the past with other models, so this is nothing new to Kershaw, so they know what they're doing with this style. 3-inch blade, under an 1/8 of an inch thick. It's 0.9 on the thickness of this blade, so it's a wicked slicer with that Wharncliffe design. But what's really cool about this particular Wharncliffe is that a lot of those are like flat, and so you just don't get a lot of belly. This does have a little bit of belly there, which is really nice, and then that really fine precision tip. So again, this is not like a tactical knife, this is not a heavy utility knife, this is an everyday carry precision tool, and the blade is really, you know, focused for that. And so that D2 steel, it is okay to resharpen. You're definitely gonna have to put some work on it. I'd rather resharpen it over the M390 version. That one's gonna take you more effort for sure. And the N690 will obviously give it some of that strength as well on the back side, just for an overall cool blade, but also a good performing blade, and particularly for that price that we're gonna discuss here in just a little bit. Also keep in mind that a D2 steel blade will rust a little bit more than some of the other stainless steel versions that are out there, so depending on the environment that you're in, be prepared for maybe some rust spots that you'll have to just maintain the blade a little bit more than say like M390 or even 420 high carbon, depending on, you know, the environment that you may be in. And that's number one on why I just love this as an EDC tool, is that how thin it is, but you're actually getting decent reach at 3 inches. A lot of everyday carry compact folders, you don't get 3 inches of blade length. They're usually like 2 1/4, 2 3/4, something like that. This gives you a little more real estate than a lot of other lightweight tools out there. Next up is this handle. Now this handle has a kind of a different design and layout than some of the other ones, having kind of this robotic, again, this robot, I don't know, feel. This OD green is really cool. You're gonna get that laser engraved US American flag etched in there because it's USA made, which is always awesome, and I love supporting knife companies that makes their stuff here in America. Good job, Kershaw. Keep it up. Keep making stuff here in the US. Really love that aspect to the knife. But it's the handle. Again, if a knife is too fat, bulky, and an overweight beast, it may be fun or strong or really good in certain aspects, but you may not be carrying on a regular basis. This knife, though it is 4 1/4 inches overall length, which is great for my large size paws, and fills out that hand, and all my fingers are able to grip that very nicely. It still comes in at under 3 ounces with that aluminum handle scale, and it's 0.39 on the thickness. So it's very thin on the thickness as well. So it's just gonna slide into your pocket with plenty of real estate to grab onto, use, but then to slide in your pocket, and you're not gonna feel it. You're not even gonna really remember that it's there because it's not taking up any excess space. You're not having to fight your keys or phone out past it and you're bumping it out and things like that. So I really enjoy that aspect to this design as well, because if it's slim and lightweight, you're more likely to put it in your pocket on a regular basis. Another reason is the action and deployment. Now, I like finger flippers. They make it very easy to deploy a knife, and this has the speed safe action on it. In fact, one of the very first Kershaw knives I ever owned was the Kershaw Clash way back in the day. And though I have gravitated more towards manuals now for the snappy action that lasts a very long time, these Dividends, as well as most other Kershaws with the speed safe, are fun deploying tools. This flipper works great. It's very quick, very easy, has a simple liner lock that's going to absolutely get the job done. It isn't going to allow any sort of rock or anything else like that. And it's got a nice little stop bar. So, I mean, that's all solid, which is what you want. You want something that's simple, effective with your deploying of your pocket knife. And so this offers that without any sort of issue. That handle's got a cool little flow-through back spacer there, giving you a little bit of styling as well. So another thing that's really important is the carryability of the knife when it comes to the pocket clip. And this D2 version has the nice loop over deep ride pocket clip. Really well done. And it's a completely ambidextrous knife. So you're gonna have attachments here for right or left tip up and even tip down for those weirdos who like to do that. You are able to do that as well, ambidextrously left or right. And then you got a nice big lanyard hole if you like throwing some fancy lanyards on your tools. And so not only does it not create a hot spot in my hand, but actually kind of fills out a spot for my pinky to grip with that loop over, but also it's giving me enough space, even though those screws aren't recessed, and I really wish those screws were recessed, there's just enough of a lip there that most even reinforced pockets will be able to overcome those little screws and seat very deeply in your pocket. So you barely even know that it's there. People aren't gonna know that it's there. You just got a little blacked out pocket clip sticking out there, and everything else is buried deep inside your pocket, which is awesome, and I really appreciate that on the design. And so guys, those are the reasons why I love this thing. And if I was gonna modify or change anything about the Dividend design, it would just be maybe put it on KVT ball bearing bushings and have it de-assisted. Some sort of version like that in the future would be amazing, and that's really the only thing I would ever tweak with this design, because it's just so slim, so EDC friendly, but still giving me a lot of real estate on the handle, giving me good blade length. But if this is just not quite the size for you, there is another great option, even in this kind of tone right now, that'll go for the same price. Now, this is gonna go for about 80 bucks. I'll have links for you guys below: GP Knives, Blade HQ, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, the Amazon, those type of places that will offer to you in those links. So if this design is connecting with you, you can hit those in the hyperlinks below, but also you can look at the link as well. It's gonna have that exact same kind of styling on the handle, those similar cutouts, two-way directional, meaning bi-directional in the sense of it's tip up only, but it is right or left friendly. But this is gonna come for the exact same price of about $80 with 20 CV steel, which is definitely an upgrade over that D2. It doesn't look as cool with that compound blade, but that's gonna be just basically a bigger version of the Dividend, if you will. It's gonna have the exact same pocket clip, speed safe, all those type of things. And with this model, same concept. I just wish that it had maybe a de-assisted KVT ball bearing version of this coming down the line. I think would be super, super cool for those of you who like de-assisted blades that are manual in operation. But guys, this just showed up, mail call, figured I'd share with you what the D2 version of the Dividend is offering so that you can decide if it's something to throw in your regular rotation of EDC, or maybe the link is better, or maybe neither of these knives are suited for you and it's better just to go with something else completely different. That's what I always want to do here in these type of videos, give you content, data, so you can make a wise choice. What's the best tool, item for you that you're gonna get the most out of when you're carrying it on your person or in your daily living? So appreciate it. Check the other video popping up. Subscribe if you're not a current subscriber. Follow us along on social media, and always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.